Ooh, Flosstube. Welcome to my introverted life. I'm Wendy, and I'm entertaining myself for what is turning out to be hours, with these floss cards and putting them into a much more manageable and efficient setup. This is from... It's upside down. Yes, I know. It's the way I have it sitting. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's called Time Goes By, and I got the max colors, so there's a lot of colors. Yeah, but it originally came on these floss cards. These are really, really wide. Like, I feel like she could... For starters, these are really wide. Look how much space is on this, and it's just so far away. She could literally cut down a good 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and put all this information in there, and it wouldn't be so big and bulky. And then she adds a lot of extra weight. Like, she laminates these, and they're really flimsy, but I don't think they're really that flimsy. The problem is she adds all these black rings on them to hold the floss. However, the floss does not like to stay on the black rings. As you can tell, it's loose, and I will tighten it, and then when I pull it out again, it's all really loose. So I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. And then just having half of these, like, look, see, I'm holding it clear down here. And without those black rings, it's not flopping over. It's not super heavy. And it looks better just being in the holes. Now there are some holes that are, there's holes. Try again, Wendy. There are some colors, you know, that there's just like a much larger amount of, which is another thing that's come into play as being not so, oh, I tangled it, as being not so useful. See this one? If I can hold my camera, it's much thicker. But when you look here, no ends. This, I've used it, so there's ends right there, but no ends. It's one big old continuous length of thread. It's not cut. Oh, there's an end. That's the very end. It'd be 2 ends, of course. But you know what I mean. Yeah, so you pull it out, and you have to kind of unwind it in a wrappy around motion and try not to get it tangled on itself, which is difficult to do when you have this much thread in a, yeah, so it wasn't very efficient. So I've been taking them, I've been cutting them into lengths. So as you can see, some loops, some ends. That's just because I have it wrapped over itself a couple times so that this length here isn't too long, because I am then putting it, as you'll see, holes, I'm then putting it in a 3-ring binder. Initially, it came with about 7 or 8 cards together in a group, and through this hole in the top, it was tied with a piece of just cheap grain ribbon. It was really thick. It was purple. It, you know, you couldn't even flip through the cards or anything. Like, they were so tightly pressed together you know, you could flip the card up like that. You couldn't flip it all the way to get to the next card. It was just useless. So it isn't the best system, for sure. The amount of floss seems very, very minimal. So I do still worry that I'm not going to have enough. I do understand it's max color, so colors that might have been used for a lot more are going to be used for a lot less. Look how much it's come off of just moving it around a little bit. So yeah, spent a little bit of time last night, spending a little bit of time today doing this, making it more efficient, and hopefully that'll be a little bit better for actually working on the project. Got some pretty colors in here though. Some really pretty colors. I wish I could have gone with a regular color number, but just the design, I was really worried that without max colors, you're gonna get some just really weird spots where it's just like, you know, dark blue, because it's like background, and the background's supposed to be sparkly. So it's got, you know, little hints of white dots everywhere, basically, because it's supposed to be like little sparkles and stuff. And I was just worried it'd be like blue, random dot, blue, random dot. And I was just like, I need a little bit more fade into it, and perhaps a little bit more of just less than, you know, a couple colors that are light, to just kind of give that impression that there's more like a sparkle there versus just a random dot. But that's just me. So I'm looking forward to working on this project a little bit more. I wish it would get called in Wipgo, because right now Lady of the Flag still has my main attention along with my Wipgo goals. But that's really all I got for you right now. If anybody's bought a Heaven and Earth material pack and is just looking for something else to do with it, this is just my idea. Like I said, I'm getting rid of all the black rings. These things are pointless and heavy and kind of annoying that I paid for them, because I bought the pack and this is the way a pack comes, so technically I paid for them, and would have been much happier if I hadn't. They hadn't been, because, you know, I mean, they're included in the cost. The cost of the material packs, all the materials used to create it, so would have been nice to have saved a few bucks, because there are a lot of these. I'm sure she gets them at like fractions of a penny a piece, but it's not a good system. It's a very inefficient system, and it took forever. Like, literally, this is what it is. Prints up cards, laminates them, uses a hole punch to punch all these holes in, puts all the floss on these little rings, on this, which takes forever because it just does. You know, I think this is just a massive waste of time. She could save so much time if she didn't do this. It doesn't make it look any better. It just takes that excess, I don't know. Yeah, anywho, I've talked about this, I've rambled about this for like 10 minutes. So I'm going to leave the video here, and I'll see you in a sec. It is Wednesday night. I have not been stitching very much because I'm still trying to, with my arm, trying to get the inflammation down in it. I have done a little, as you can tell. A lot of stuff has been filled in. I'm on the last color for the outside of the shield, and then it'll just be the stripes in the center. That's all I have done the past few days, and I don't know, I put it away for like an hour today, saying I wasn't going to pull it back out and work on it, but I want to work on it. I want to finish it. I want to pull out Lady of the Flag, but I'm definitely not doing that right now, because if you look at this, look at the ripple in that. You can see the ripple. Here is so bad. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look how just you can see how tight this thing is. I am stitching so tight right now. Like I said, here's just the ripple. Oh my gosh, you can just see it. Whoosh. Whoosh. See my finger going across it. You can like really feel the fabric going up and down. It really is. It's just so bad. Look at that. Look how bad that is. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just stitching so tight. And I think it's just because I've been aggravated for a few days. Heating didn't turn on one day. Woke up and it was chilly. Heater wouldn't turn on. Contacted the rental management company. They brought over some space heaters. Somebody was supposed to come by this morning. I'm okay with the fact that they didn't come by, because suddenly my heater started working last night. Wouldn't work all day, but it suddenly started working last night. But because somebody was supposed to be coming over, I got up at 8 o'clock in the morning and nobody ever showed up. Hello, annoying. And then I need to go to AutoZone because I need a new battery for my car. And that's not exactly something I can afford, because, you know, I'm poor. So I was wanting to order, it's Stitched by ABC Stitching, I can't quite remember. She has a channel, but she has the sampler that is done by a girl from African American Free School in New York, and the quote on it is called Truth, and I really like the quote. It just sounds cool when you read it out. But it's like $15, and so I don't think I'll be getting that anytime soon. I probably have all the stuff that I could start it, but I don't have the pattern, so yeah. No pattern. Maybe someday, who knows, if I, you know, am no longer poor. But yeah, so that's all that's been going on. This is all that I've stitched on. Tomorrow I'm going back to my 25/7 spin. I've been without it for a few days, about 5 days, because I was focusing on my Wipgo goals, and then I was focusing on trying to heal my arm. It's not getting any better, so I've just basically said screw it, and I'm going back to cross-stitching several hours a day, because that makes me actually feel happy. So I was going through all this stuff and not cross-stitching, which just did not help any whatsoever. Because now I'm like, my stitches are tight, and this is tight, and I should pull it out and redo it, but I'm not gonna, because I don't care that much. It's just a Ravenclaw crest. Anyways, I will see you in a second, and I promise to at least try to be in a much happier mood, which I think I will be, because I should be showing you 25/7 spin next. See you in a sec. Okay. It's Thursday. I have done a little bit so far. As you can see, I have finally finished all of this guy. I was working on it last night, discovering random mistakes here and there. I think I still have a stitch somewhere that is only half crossed, and I feel no desire to fix it. Last night, I was half considering just tossing this project. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to. I think since I'm finally done with the out part of the shield, and I'm going to be going into blues and stuff in here, that it will be okay, that I will, you know, not be so sick of it, I guess. Generally I don't mind working on projects just like intensely, but I don't know, I think it's because I just have no clue what I'm going to do with this after I'm done. Like, none whatsoever. Who knows? But yeah, I finished that up, and then I pulled out this guy. This is my temperature chart, and this is my own pattern, of course. This is the cat version. I filled in the last couple days in January, and these days in February, and yeah, sorry. In case you can't tell, there's actually several colors in here. It got pretty cold. Got below 15 one of the days. Didn't go up above that. So there's a purple in there. This blue, I think it's not the actual blue I have stated in my pattern, because yeah, I didn't have it on hand, so I got something that was similar. So it's also tone by tone, it's fairly similar to the purple, so oopsies. Oh well, it's my temperature chart, who cares? But like, if you check out this cat, like, we had so many days where it stayed within a similar temperature range, and it would do that for several days. And then February has just been like wonky. Like, here's a day, well, just into January, okay, there's the one color, and then it goes to another color, and then it goes back, and then it goes colder, and it goes even colder, and then it goes not quite as cold, but still way colder, and then cold, and then a little bit more normal cold, I guess. And it's been, you know, no more than 2 days, and there's just been variation, and so stitching this up was not as fun as January's, because January's, like, literally can do a big old huge block all at once. This one, just to do this little part, is constantly changing the thread. I was annoyed. I was definitely annoyed. Are my stitches backwards? Did I stitch backwards? It looks like I did. Ah, what was I thinking? Seriously, it's stitched backwards. How did I do that? And that stitch is really loose. Here, let me scrutinize my stitching for you. I wondered why that looked funny. Huh, I have issues. Anyways, moving on. I did do a 25/7 spin, and I spun Miss Christmas Eve. That little spinner seems to like Miss Christmas Eve, because she has shown up a lot recently. Anywho, let's see if I can get this, because I forgot to unfold it. Sorry. This is where I'm at. I believe I have some more of this green. Well, I got a lot of it on the needle. But I believe I got quite a bit more to fill in here, and then there's just a few random bits here and over here. You know, going up this way, the top part of her, not the bottom part of her. So we'll see where I get to with that, and be back in a sec. And this is where I ended up at. Not a lot. Filled in some stitches right here, and on up into here, and kept having issues. Went across, went back, got ready to go over here, realized, missed that stitch. I was like, well, crap. Put that in, moved back over, went over, up, down. Was thinking of taking the little bit of thread I had left and moving over here, because there's some more stitches in over here, kind of like that. And again, realized I forgot a stitch. So I went in, put in the little stitch up here, and then just cut off the thread. And, you know, I just had a little bit back left, so I then got a new color, believe it or not. Hard to tell, but it is slightly darker. Probably hard to see. And, you know, new symbol. So I'll start that next time. Probably when it's called for 25/7 again, because that wheel really likes this project. Not sure what I'm going to work on tonight, if I'm going to do Ravenclaw or finally pull out Lady of the Flag. Haven't decided. I'm been tired today. I need to do some packaging of orders. I've gotten a few Grime Guard orders recently. Yay! Excited about that. But, just what I'm going to work on, I don't know yet. Need, you know, food and a little bit of resting time, and then I'll figure out what I'm doing. And when I do, I'll be right back. And here's where I'm at right now. It's, Friday. I worked on this last night and a little bit this morning while I was waiting for some time to pass. I finished up 3 colors last night, and I'm on to the last 2 colors, and I'm just filling in. This second to last color, I'm going all through it. And then the last color, I think I might attempt to do a stitch with me. Not sure yet. We'll see about giving it a go, because I'll just be filling in and it shouldn't be too awful difficult. But this is going to be put away until technically tonight. But I did my 25/7 spin. And here's what I got for my 25/7 spin. Yep. Quaker Halloween. And I absolutely love it whenever I get going on this project. So hopefully I get back to the Ravenclaw crust tonight. If not, I will be working on this. And I really don't mind. I still need to pull Lady of the Flag back out. I know I haven't been working on it. A lot of the aggravation and stuff, I just know I've been stitching kind of tight, and I just don't want to do that on the linen, and I don't want to do that with that project. So I've just kind of kept it set aside for the moment. Maybe I'll try to get back to it this weekend. Who knows? This is me we're talking about. My brain doesn't function in any sort of logical manner, so, but I'm definitely looking forward to this, and I'll get started on this here soon. Well, soon being later tonight being because I have to work before then. Anyways, I'll see you in a second, show you where I got to. And here is what I've accomplished. I finished the hat. Do I feel like notifying you that I actually spent several hours, or a couple hours working on this? Yeah. I started a big motif over here. Oh, here. I've got a picture. See? There's the hat. And I started working on those motifs. And for some odd reason, I really wanted to do this part because it was just, you know, up and down, very little counting. So I figured out here and to here, and I counted to here, and then I started this part right here. 4 stitches over that way. Yes, I'm that talented. So here's one of our least favorite tools. Yeah. So I got the hat done. I didn't work anymore on the Ravenclaw crest. Don't know what I'm going to do now. I really need to. These are patterns or cutouts for grime guards. Have some sales from past couple of days, and I just had a couple more sales come in, so yeah, I'm thinking I need to work on those instead. So we'll see what we do tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new 25/7 spin, and probably some work on the Ravenclaw crest, and maybe, just maybe, I'll actually pull out Lady of the Flag. We'll see. It is now Saturday. I showed you what I worked on yesterday, and showed you an empty space where I'd worked on something and then frogged it, so that was lovely. Today, my 25/7 spin is mini Clockwork Dragonling, which is this guy right here. He's cool. So I'm going to work on that for a little bit, and then the plan is to pull out this, and yes, it's upside down, and get some more work done on that, and maybe, I don't feel like saying it, Lady of the Flag, because I never get to it. Honestly, I just want to get the whip done. I want to get my Wipgo goal done. So I'll probably just put in my stitches for mini Clockwork Dragonling, and then just try and go to town on Ravenclaw. So those are those, of course, and I'll be back in a sec to show you where I got to on mini Clockwork Dragonling. And here we are. Of course, you don't see much progress, you never do. Filled in some stitches out here, and then filled in a few rows with this color. This color is just filling in a lot of stitches, most of the stitches out to this direction, for quite a ways, and then they eventually start going down this way, and that's that from there. So again, you know, don't really see any actual work. Oh, I can see the stitches better through my camera than I can in real life. See how uneven half the stitches are. I always have a hard time finding them when I'm filling them in like this. It's just not easy. I should probably get a magnifying glass. That seems like it'd be a smart thing to do. I definitely have some stitches going the wrong way. How did I manage that? Because I always manage that. Anyways, I'm gonna put this down, possibly work on Ravenclaw crest, possibly eat, I don't know, but I'll see you in a sec. It's now Sunday, definitely the afternoon, definitely slept in, and you're seeing on the screen in front of you Victorian Charm. This is today's 25/7 spin. Yeah, I'm not sure how often I actually show you the photo of what it is I'm working on. I'm trying to get better about that. I swear I'm trying. yeah, so that's what it looks like. I originally thought it was Halloween piece. It came out around Halloween, or became popular around Halloween or something, and after a while looking at it, it's like, oh, it's just a nighttime scene with a Victorian house. And there's black kitties. Still love it. Anyways, this is where I'm at. I'll probably try and pick a color right here and go down, and I'll show you in a sec where I get to. And here's the progress. Again, you don't always see much. I filled in some stitches and then moved over here. I've usually been going down here. The color I started with went down here for a few stitches, but then I think it would have required massive counting down this way, and they had stitches over here, and this just gives me more with the two portions. And then I started a second color and filled this in a little bit more. I'm thinking there's one more color in here in this round portion, and then there's back stitch, and I'm thinking I'll get the back stitch done up here because I won't need any more color before doing the back stitch, and we'll just go ahead and get that done, and it'll look cool because things always look cool with the back stitch. Needle minder. This needle minder might look familiar to you, but you might be thinking, it wasn't on that project before. No, it wasn't. Do you remember what project it was on? If you do, I'm highly impressed because I am not that observant. But that needle minder on this project does mean that this is complete. Yay! Applause, applause, applause. Yep. I finally finished it. Yes, I ironed it. I will iron things, I just won't iron things until I'm done with them. I see no point in ironing them in between unless it's got some sort of massive issue and needs to be ironed. No, it doesn't need to be ironed in between. I don't care if I see your projects ironed, but, yeah, it definitely got some tightness in here. Just was working on it at a bad time, and all of that. Working on this project was just tidal wave of emotions. Like halfway through it, when I had most of this done, the outside of the shield, halfway through it, I was like, oh, do I really want to finish this project? Do I want it? What am I going to do with it? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to set it aside for a few days. And like the same day I pulled it out and started working on it some more. I couldn't tell if I just wanted to, like, if it was the challenge of the Wipgo challenge, you know? Challenge of the Wipgo challenge. Yes, I know, that's impressive English. But just having challenged myself with that, the Wipgo, and just wanting to win, basically. I'm not a competitive person, so that seemed kind of highly unlikely. And then, you know, it was just kind of like, oh, I started it and I like it and I want it. I don't know why I want it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm still kind of thinking pillowish sort of design. And I'm kind of thinking of making it like, you know, like crest shaped. So it'd be cut out across here and around. And I don't know. Shield, crests. Are they the same? No, they're not the same things. This is the crest as a whole thing. The shape would be shield. I figured it out. Yes, but so that's done. My Wipgo is done for the month. Super exciting. Yay. It only took me half a month. first month. I got done in the first, like, week or something, so, yeah. Wondering if I need a little bit more of a challenge, but didn't want to overextend myself. Not really completely sure what I'll do. Not to mention there will probably be months in which I'm like, ugh, no. Don't want to work on this. And then come May or June, because I know Stitch Mania, even though it's not there anymore, I'm still going to do a concept within Stitch Mania idea, you know. An ode to Stitch, to the original Stitch Mania, I suppose, where I'm just going to start a bunch of things, but I might hold that off until June. June is my birthday month, so it might be more of a birthday starts month. I don't know. It really depends on how far I get with Lady of the Flag. Yeah, it depends on where I'm at with this. I'm wanting to get it done. I am pulling it back out. Yes, I am. I'm pulling it back out. I'm excited to start work on her again. I'm excited. But you're going to have to wait until next vlog to see where I get to on this, because this video is already about 40 minutes long. So I guess I'll see you next one. Bye.